going to get a lot harder to let Claude write your next paper or resume, because Anthropic says new Claude AI models will actually embed an invisible watermark directly into AI-generated text. That means it'll be a lot easier for anyone to find out if something is AI-generated. And this could be a turning point for the publishing industry, which has been grappling with the rise of AI-generated technology and content. Technology reporter Mike Dubusky joins me now for more. This is a conversation that I have with my kids every single day, Mike, so I can't wait to play this at home. Kind of tell us about this invisible watermark and how it's going to work.
Yeah, sure, Kira. So this is specialized code that is going to be interwoven into any AI output from an Anthropic model. This is not necessarily something that you or I could see with our human eyes. This is rather like a little red flag for computers to look at when they're trying to evaluate whether something is AI generated or not. Anthropic says that this is going to be baked into every forthcoming model that they launch from here on in, and they're in the process of retroactively adding this to existing models as well. It's not quite out yet, but will be coming, they say, in the next couple weeks and months here. So it is a pretty big shift in how people think about how AI is used and deployed, and of particular interest, not just to the publishing industry, but to other industries as well. Things like, education sectors and so on and so forth are really going to be paying a lot of attention to this, especially as to whether it actually works or not in the real world. Anthropic has come out and said that if you do enough modification to the output, even with that watermark might eventually go away. So there's some loopholes here, it seems like, that need to be closed. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see how it works in the real world before this actually, becomes this kind of game-changing technology, it seems like.
All right, so before my next question, I want to follow up real quickly as I think about our kids, and I'm looking at this video of kids, running down the hallway, and homework and tests and book reports and all of that, because my kids do tell me that their teachers can figure out if they are using AI. And then my kids tell me there are ways to take things that you get from AI and you put it into another program that changes it up so it doesn't look like AI.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real, rat fest in a lot of ways.
I'm already confused, right.
But again, that is ostensibly what this watermark is there to fix, right? This idea that there is this sort of reliable standard that educators, that, workers in the publishing industry and elsewhere can look at and say, okay, this is definitively artificial intelligence. But you're right, Kira, there are tools out there that can modify an output of AI so that it doesn't look like AI was generated that way. What's more, the traditional sort of like AI evaluators, right? The machines out there that can tell you, oh, this essay is 70% written by AI or 25% written by AI. They themselves rely on generative artificial intelligence, which is imperfect. So they're wrong oftentimes, either giving you back a false positive, saying that something that is human written is actually AI generated, or vice versa, something that's AI generated is actually good to go and fully human generated. That is just the struggle that they're in right now, this AI industry. And ostensibly this is a way to, try and fix that, but it does seem like there's a lot of loopholes left. What's more, Kira, in the education sector specifically, if I'm a student and I want to use an AI tool to write my essay for me, now I, might not want to use Claude, but what's stopping me from jumping over to OpenAI's tools or Google's tools, which are just as open and available and don't have this sort of watermark baked into them in the way that Anthropic is thinking about it? That might change in the future, but again, it's just part and parcel of how challenging this is right now.
Well, I'm glad we have you to cover all the challenges, because there is no way the Luddite in me can keep up with all of this. Mike Dubusky, really appreciate you, Mike. Thank you.